Mommy, you have to be the first person to come pick me up, okay? These are my daughter Dorothy Grant's final words to me when she walked me out of the house this morning. But when I stand at the kindergarten's entrance with a box of Dorothy's favorite strawberry shortcake in my hands, the security guard just stares at me as though I lost my mind. Ma'am, this place might be where Sunflower Kindergarten is located, but it has already closed its doors for 3 years. This place is now a retirement home. I rush into the kindergarten instantly. The spot where the slide used to be is now replaced by a row of flower beds. The room that used to be the classroom now hosts a bunch of elderly people who bask in the sunlight. With trembling hands, I call my husband, Chester Grant, on the phone. He sounds very exasperated and exhausted over the phone. Honey, we've been married for 5 years and we choose to be childless. You've never given birth before. I had never given birth? Who was that girl this morning who clung to my neck and smelled like milk and honey? What about the scar on my belly, the one I got from giving birth to her? I frenziedly yanked up my shirt and checked my abdomen. It was smooth and flat, devoid of the pink ugly scar from my C-section. It disappeared. I didn't know how I made it home. I only remembered that when Chester drove over to pick me up, my hands wouldn't stop shaking. I had crushed the cake box in my grip. Cream leaked out, sticky and smeared all over my hands. You're fine, Sophie. Once we're home, get some sleep and you'll feel better, he said, steering with one hand and holding mine with the other. His palm was warm, yet it sent a chill through me. Everything felt wrong, deeply wrong, but I couldn't explain why. My mind was foggy, my thoughts tangled, and I couldn't think straight. The car rolled into the familiar underground garage and stopped in the parking space we had used for 5 years. The elevator went up, the numbers increasing along with the rate of my pounding heartbeat. Chester must have picked Dorothy up without telling me. This had to be a prank. Everything was fine. Dorothy had to be at home. The elevator chimed and we arrived on the 12th floor. I unlocked our door and didn't even bother changing my shoes. I ran down the hallway like I had lost my mind, straight for the door at the end. It should have led to Dorothy's room. Pink wallpaper, a small bed piled with stuffed toys, and a desk full of crayon drawings. Chester followed behind me, his tone helpless. Sophie, that's just the study. I shoved the door open, and I gasped. There was no pink, no stuffed toys, nor crayon drawings. Instead, what met my eyes were dark gray bookshelves, a massive rosewood desk, and walls filled with foreign language books I couldn't even read. The air held none of that childlike sweetness, just the old smell of paper, and a faint trace of sandalwood. No, this can't be. This isn't real. I dropped to my knees, my hands clawing frantically at the expensive carpet. Just yesterday, Dorothy had been on this carpet, playing with her puzzle. A blue piece of sky had gone missing, and she had cried for ages looking for it. Now, there was nothing. Shaking, I pulled out my phone and opened my photo gallery. There were more than 3,000 photos saved, all of which were records of Dorothy growing up. Her first time rolling over, her first steps, her first time calling me mommy, and her first trip to the amusement park. I tapped on the folder named My Baby. It was empty, with 0 items. Still dubious, I opened Facebook, only to find every post where I had shown Dorothy off, even on nights I worked past midnight, was gone. What remained were only photos of Chester and me or shots of scenery. Even the captions had changed. What used to say, Dottie learned how to ride a bike today, now read, what a nice day for a stroll in the park. I broke down screaming. The phone flew from my hand and slammed into the wall, shattering the screen. Sophie, an anxious voice came from the doorway. I turned and saw my and Chester's parents. I scrambled over on my hands and knees and clutched Mom's leg. Mom, tell me the truth.